special guest tonight. Tonight we are bringing Jack from the Cooking with Jack YouTube stream. And Jack Scalfani, how are you, sir?
That was really good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, everybody, it rhymes with linguine. It's just everybody destroys it. You did a great job with the
Thanks,
name.
man. It's very nice to meet you, Jack.
Good to meet you too.
You know, we have a guy on our show. His name's Julio Scissors. He's here all the time. He's a great guy on the panel. You know, he never wants to talk too much because he's afraid he's going to upset somebody. But he watches your stuff, and he got me and Derek and other people that are on the panel and in the chat. We watch you quite a bit. Now, we're not always the nicest. We're like, nobody's eating that. Like, no way. What is that?
Sometimes I won't touch it.
Like, we have questions. Just understand this. Like, we have lots of questions. Like Julio right here said that this might be the end of his life on YouTube because
it may be.
He has a love-hate relationship with you. He loves to watch your videos.
Like we talked about before the show, Jack, I can't stop watching your channel. And there are certain things I get triggered by, which I will ask you questions about later. Nothing major.
Oh, no, go for it.
But you're a fellow Italian from Jersey, right? New York, Jersey?
No, my family's from New York. I'm from LA.
Oh, all right. I got you.
Yeah, I'm full-blooded Italian, meaning I could be a mob boss if I wanted to.
Nice.
Well, if you need Sicilian, you could be one of those African Italians.
Oh, great. I don't even know what that looks like.
And then we have Derek, the man who made this all come together.
What's happening?
Now, Derek is a filmmaker, Jack. He has a movie that he had directed, wrote, edited, all that stuff. And he spent a little over $15,000. And it was so good, Amazon Prime said, you know what? You're good enough for our streaming service. And the name of his movie is called The Warrior. And it was released in 2024. And it's kind of an autobiography about Derek's youth when he was diagnosed with cancer and kind of the struggles he had as a kid growing up in that situation. So, you know, Derek's an accredited IBM, right? What is it called? IMBC? Whatever the hell it is.
IMDb.
Yeah, IMDb. You're an accredited guy there, a director and a producer and all that stuff. So, yeah. So Derek's got some clout as far as making movies, and he's, you know, he was in his 40s when he made his first movie.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of moving parts, and it's not easy to do. And there's a lot of people out there that start and never finish.
Did you do sweat equity or did you pay everybody?
I only paid the actors, and I had myself and about 3 other people for production.
I hear you.
And I did most of it before we even showed up to shoot.
Dude, people don't even know.
Yeah.
They don't even know what you went through.
Yep.
Not a clue. It was hard to do. Yep. I've done a movie before. It's hard. I don't know how you did it.
Dave, both of your sons take after you. Thanks, Angela. I'm proud of my boys. I love my boys.
Jack, I didn't know you'd done a movie. I knew you had an entertainment like management company for a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
I produced a movie. Oh. It's called it was called Solitary. It's also on Amazon Prime.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
And Derek can't get on other streaming services. It's crazy. Like Amazon says, come on board, but Roku, Tubi, all the other ones, like,
hadn't said anything.
Really?
Yeah. I'm on an aggregator, and the aggregator I think is wanting to have me pay money before they start do something.
Screw that.
Yeah.
No, don't pay $1. Let me talk to you off screen, and we'll chat about it.
Cool.
So, Jack, my first question to you.
Yeah.
What is the kitchen you love making videos out of the most?
I have a brand new studio kitchen I just built.
Mm-hmm.
We just built this house. We put a mother-in-law's suite separated by a door that has my office that I'm in right now, has a studio, has its own bathroom. It was my dream studio when I first started.
Is that your favorite? Because I love the lime green kitchen.
Oh, yeah, no. That's my favorite. That's the nastiest ass thing I've ever. It was so freaking ghetto.
And
I
small.
Look at
literally-
the camera.
Dude, I literally cooked on a washer and dryer. What
Was
the
that when you-
frick is that?
Was that when you were in California?
Yeah.
Or okay,
Yeah. Back
that's
in
like the old school
60s,
Jack. Like
You
small-
literally look at the houses back in the 60s because the woman, let's be real, okay? The woman cooked, cleaned, so they put the washer dryer in the kitchen. Wasn't that convenient?
Actually, it's pretty pragmatic. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it just took away from like counter space and everything else you might want in the kitchen to actually cook a nice meal in.
Exactly.
I used to
Can I
live in
lead off-
Ventura, dude. Julio, I
Can I-
lived in Ventura, California, like in the 90s, but we lived in a house built in the 60s. The kitchen was like an afterthought. Like you're not in your kitchen, dude. You're outside barbecuing. It's California. Like
I'm
nobody,
never in the kitchen.
yeah, you're never in the kitchen. So,
Can I lead off with my burning? I have one burning question before I let you guys. So, Jack,
Yeah.
I'm a Washington Redskins fan, Commanders. You lived in Cal.
Redskins. It's Redskins.
Right on. I'm with you there. You lived in. You said you were born in L.A. That's where you're from, right? Or
Right.
California. Your
Right.
family are Italians from Jersey and New York.
Right.
Why are you a Cowboy fan? How did that happen?
Because Troy Aikman's from Pasadena.
Oh.
That's why. That's when I became a Cowboy fan.
Because I watched your video and you said, okay, I remember you asked the comment people, guess what my favorite team is? And I'm like, it's got to be the Giants. It's an Italian.
Are
When
you
you
a
put the
football
Cowboy
fan?
jersey on? Me? I'm a
Yeah.
huge Redskins fan.
What the frick were they thinking when they gave Dak Prescott a raise?
I don't know. I'm happy
Oh.
they did.
We'll
yeah, they're
never
just
win
going to
again.
they're just going to keep losing. Like Dak
Yeah.
Prescott will never win the Super Bowl.
No,
He's not good.
not till he
He's
leaves.
never
will
been
we
good.
win.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So
The
my
guy-
burning question has been answered. Troy Aikman went to school in California. Is that what you're right?
I think it was UCLA, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then
Right.
he first went to Oklahoma,
Right.
and then he couldn't cut it in that that wishbone offense, and he took his ass back to UCLA.
Right.
How you doing, Jim?
Wishbone, that's awesome dressing.
Oh my God,
Jim.
here we go.
Jim's our political correspondent, Jack, just so you know.
I only have one question for Jack.
Yeah.
It's in 57 parts, though.
No problem. Let's start at the top, baby.
How many times have you gotten food poisoning?
Never. Never.
He's got an
Never?
iron constitution.
Never.
Never.
Well, I guess the real burning question is, Jim, for me, is Jack. You take a bite. Do you eat it after you're done with the video?
Do not anymore because I'm carnivore. I
Okay,
don't, and they know I don't.
but back in the day, were you eating some of that stuff that you were making, or were you just making it, taking
No,
a
we
bite,
have it
and
for
go?
dinner. No, it got written off as a tax write-off. We ate it for dinner.
Hmm.
That was it. We moved right into the dining room afterwards.
There are times I've seen you make lots of food, like crock pots filled with chili, 2 batches of this. I'm like,
growing up
that's a lot to eat.
poor, you do that. Growing up poor, leftovers are everything.
all right.
Leftovers are other meals, frozen. You break it out on Friday night. You call it smorgasbord night.
Yep. My grandmother
Yeah.
used to call it slop. What are we having for
Yeah.
dinner, Nanny? She'd say slop.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Whatever's in the fridge. throw
Well,
the-
a lot of great recipes came out of the Depression.
Of
Yeah, they
course,
did.
yeah.
there's a great channel on that too.
Yeah.
The older lady that does that.
Mhm.
So, Jack, what made you want to start doing cooking videos on YouTube 18 years ago?
So I had a line of sauces, barbecue, teriyaki, all that. And my brother calls me up and goes, "Hey, do you want to do videos?" And I'm like, "What the frick do I want to do videos for?" He goes, "Because what you can do is you can do a cooking tip. Then at the end of the video, you can plug your sauces." I said, "Where would I put it?" He said, "There's this website called YouTube.
Hmm.
It's fairly new, but we could cut them. We'll try out 3." I said, "Okay. How to cut a pineapple, how to cut an onion without crying, which was a crock of crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my God. So many years I've said that. I'm like, guys, don't ever watch that video. You know, it's horrible. And then how to peel an egg. Are you freaking kidding? They literally have watched that over 2 million times.
2 million.
Do you peel it under? Do you peel the egg underwater, or do you use a spoon? What's your trick?
Well, now I do it completely different. I pressure cook them. I crack them. Then I just put a crack in the shell. Drop in a water bath, 5 minutes. Pull it out. The shell comes right off in one pull. You know, there's another video I did where you shake it in a glass of water and it peels it for you. You know, but I've done a few how to peel an egg videos. They're all highly watched. Like certain videos, as you guys know, are just they're home runs. Like if you freaking got bacon, holy crap. If bacon is in the video, in the title, it's a home run. It's crazy.
We did watch your video on, can't remember what it was called. Bacon Explosion?
Yeah, Bacon Explosion.
Both of them, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That was something.
I am going to do a third one that's more carnivore-ish than the others, but I want to be more creative. It's got to excite me or I ain't going to do it.
What's your favorite bacon?
I like pork belly. I mean, what do you mean, brand?
Well, yeah, like where you know, because like me and Dave have a secret bacon place.
Well, you got to understand, I'm in the middle of the freaking country.
It doesn't matter.
So I go to Joe's butcher shop over here. He's slaughtering the pigs on Wednesday, and I'm buying it on Friday.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's
fresh.
It's nothing like you guys have ever tasted. It
And
literally is nothing.
Now I'm jealous.
Yeah, right. You guys come on over. In fact, I'm going to be in your area in September.
Doing what?
We're doing the Pizza Wars, the Deep Dish Pizza Wars tour. So we're trying to find out if you guys want to join me.
You got to come to Chicago and do the bar pizza wars. The Chicago deep dish is a myth.
Wherever you recommend, I'll do it. And we'll do a video together.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely show up
because I'm only taking one bite.
Oh, believe it or not, the place that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives that whatever his name did called Vito and Nick's Pizza.
Yeah,
it's one of the best tavern pizzas you can get. It's really thin crust. It's really great. It's a little mom and pop place. It's really good.
Tavern pizza is more popular in Chicago than deep dish.
Yeah,
deep dish is tourism.
You have to definitely tell us about that on camera so that I can explain to people. Yeah, this is a freaking myth, dude.
It is. Well, 95% of the pizzas sold in Chicago are thin crust.
Yep.
Are you
There's
serious?
only very few. It's very rare. The whole thing about the deep dish that's very rare. Nobody eats that. It's like for tourists.
It's tourist pizza. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so lame. The first time in Chicago, I got deep dish.
Where'd you go? Uno, Lou Malnati's, or Duo?
Geno's
or Giordano's. I mean, there's like 5 places. Or Nancy's is good too.
Giordano's.
Yep.
Like a big bonehead that I am, I picked it up with my hands.
You didn't use a knife and fork?
Oh no! But all of Chicago called me the next day. They're like, "What are you, a freaking moron?" What are you,
I'm gonna tell you. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, not 30, 40 years ago, Chicago,
born and raised,
South Side.
Yeah.
Every block you went, there was a different pizza place that was slightly different. It was all family owned. It's hard to find now. There's a few places that are still really good, but you get the chains that suck. It's just all these chains of garbage. But there's a few places I could steer you to some really good, tasty places if you wanted to in Chicago.
I would love for some direction from you guys because you live there. You would know.
I can tell you where the best place to get an Italian beef is, and guess what? It's not anywhere near Taylor Street.
And by the way, Portillo's?
And they take credit cards.
Yeah.
Portillo's.
Do you know they opened in my hometown in Warner Park?
Yeah, they used to be good.
Then they went corporate.
They went corporate. They sold it. So, but
then they went Cisco, right? They bought crap from Cisco.
So like literally 2 weeks ago, Jack, I'm with my wife and I go, hey, let's get lunch. I said, there's Portillo. She goes, no, it's gross now. Like, I'm not eating there.
No.
I love that.
Like, she's like, no, it's gross. I mean, when you've been in this area long enough, like Portillo's used to be the go-to. Like it
Right.
literally was so good,
Right.
and they were growing as a family chain.
Right.
But I guess the patriarch dies, the matriarch dies, the
They
kids
probably
just
sold
take
it.
the
And you
cash.
didn't know it.
Yeah, the kids take the cash, and then we get. And the worst part is the service. Okay, so the service of Portillo's used to be like Chick-fil-A is, always pleasant, always on top of it. Then they went corporate and they just went DEI and hired anybody, and it turned to shit, like
Right.
complete shit. Kevin says, can someone
So
please
sad.
explain how this episode came to happen?
Well, Dave
Derek.
opened StreamYard, and then he put the links and stuff in, and then he hit go live.
And that's how babies are created.
And that's
And then
Oh,
Derek said, you know what? We watch Jack a lot. I'm going to
Reach out to
DM
him.
him on Twitter. And then Jack responded, and 2 weeks later, here we are. And
the attitude that I have, and I've had it for a long time, is you just ask. And
Kevin, here's your
they
number,
don't-
buddy.
If they're not interested, they'll tell you they're not interested. But it doesn't hurt to ask.
You
2,
know,
3, 4,
when I first started, by the way, I'm not a chef. I tell people all the time, don't call me a chef. I'm a home cook. And I always started off the show saying I was it's a cooking show for the regular Joe. That was it. It's what my mother taught me. It's what I learned off my wife. It's what I created on the barbecue, whatever. But I never came across acting like I knew what I was doing. I didn't want to be that douchebag, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to be real. So I said, you know what? We're going to film in 60 frames per second so that people feel like they're in the kitchen with me and we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
That's it. And I never claimed to be a chef. I tell people all the time, that is an honor to be named chef. That is people who went years of schooling. They paid a lot of money. They sweat it out. That's all.
Yeah, because
So
it's called Cooking with Jack. It's not called Cooking with Chef Jack.
Thank God. That's a-
Now, do you
Wait.
think that the cooking on YouTube is a lot more saturated now than it was when you first started 13 years ago?
18 years ago.
18 years ago?
There was like nobody. I mean, like, you know who it was? Remember Epic Mealtime?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
I was under the same management company in LA as Harley, the head guy.
Okay.
Those guys are crazy. I mean, crazy. It was awesome. But I mean, the annoying orange was still annoying. You know, people knew who Fred was. It was literally right in the beginning of YouTube, which is scary because nobody knows Fred anymore. They're like, who? I'm like, whatever. But yeah, I started in the very beginning. It made it easy. There still isn't, guys. To this day, look at the categories: news, nonprofit. There is not a food section.
I never
I've-
paid attention to that. Huh.
I've gone to YouTube studios in LA. I walked in and go, guys, please take me out of the how-to section. Make a food section. Nope. They just care about tagging, punishing channels.
yeah, I know they say they punish us, but could you imagine 18 years ago, Jack, that you'd have been able to make a living from just posting your videos on a website and they're paying you money every month?
How stupid is that?
Right? Like we
That
can
is so
bitch
lame.
about, we can bitch about YouTube all we want, but you ain't doing this nowhere else.